Welcome back to the Traveling Salesman. Special thanks goes out to all our patrons, our YouTube subscribers, and dear friends of the channel. Due to overwhelming feedback, I'm going to do what I call deep dives into the various parts of the Prius Pico Camper. This week we'll be looking at the external storage. So sit back, relax, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and enjoy this look at the external storage of the Prius Pico Camper. As I showed in the previous video, the two items that I keep on my external storage are a cooler and my portable toilet. However, there are many more things I place on top of those items. You can see here my bike, my kitchen table, and a tarp that covers up the lower cooler and toilet. So let's start at the top and work our way down. Here's my bike. It's on a dual rack that used to be mounted to a trailer hitch. Since there's only one bike, I tie off my tire to the front of my bike. If there were two bikes, the tires usually rest neatly in between them and can be lashed down with a bike lock. This bike rack is the perfect size to fit on the underside of my kitchen table. However, other roof-mounted bike racks, like a Thule rack, may fit in a similar manner on the bottom of a wire table. This bike rack has some advantages and disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is you have to remove your front tire in order to lock the bike down. However, after that point, it is a very stable bike rack and isn't all that much of a hassle to use. The reason why I chose this bike rack was not only did it have a mount at each end, it had center mounts which allowed me to connect it to the table as well. You can see here the green strap that holds the table to the top of the cooler. I also use the end of that strap to tie off my front tire to my bike frame. This is easily untied and released when I need to take the bike off. As I said before, the primary reason for choosing this frame is its abundance of mounts. At each end of the frame is a crossbar which I have placed on top of a foam pad to reduce rocking and sway, and I used a U-bolt to hold that crossbar down to the main bar of the table. I repeated this process on the other side as well. You can see here the foam that I placed under the bar to keep the noise and rocking down. And then in the center, the two main holes that used to be a part of the trailer hitch, I simply put hook bolts through and tied it off to the center bar of the table to reduce forward and backward sliding as well. So far in my testing, the bike has remained stable and secure at any speed. Next comes my kitchen table. By simply removing the legs that are stored on top of the table next to the bike rack and placing them in the leg holes of the table, it becomes ready to flip over and be used as a kitchen table. Here's a picture of the table removed and the foam pads that I place on top of the cooler to keep the table steady and to reduce any damage that might occur to the cooler when the table is cinched down. As you can see, this table is nice and tall, and the only items sticking up above the table are the two U-bolts on the end of the bike rack. Other than that, it's a flat, waterproof, and tall table that can be used in camp with leveling feet. All in all, it's a great table which can be used with tablecloths or as is. Our final level of the external storage is the tarp, the cooler, and the toilet. This tarp is a special tarp as it has cables running through the edges and is about 6 foot by 6 foot, which I find fits over my cooler and my back rack ideally. One side of this tarp is secured using a cable lock through 2 loops of the rope. The other side is tied off permanently to the frame. You can see here I reduced the length of the rope and tied the excess around the frame so that the tarp fits snugly across everything on my storage. After removing the lock, the tarp simply folds off to one side and is permanently attached to the storage rack. I like this because it doesn't blow away and is easy to reattach and lock down. You can see here the final level, which is the cooler and the toilet, held on by a quick release strap. I chose this strap because it's very long and it allows both the cooler and the toilet to be secured quickly and easily. There you have it, the final level of the Prius Pico Camper's external storage. Now, through the magic of video editing, let's put everything back together and get ready for our next trip. Thank you so much for your time. Again, if you like what you see here, subscribe. We have many other videos coming. Thank you for your support, your feedback, and your comments. So from all of us at Transcendent Studios, enjoy sailing into your dreams. I'll see you in the next one.